In tonight's Dollars and Cents, just when you thought things couldn't get more expensive, interest rates on store credit cards are on the rise. Some stores are now charging more than 35% interest. This as more Americans are going into credit card debt. A new study by Bankrate shows 2 in 5 credit card holders, or 37%, have maxed out a credit card or are close to it. An expert I talked with explains why rates are high and what's being done about it. Derek, I have some comments here from some frustrated viewers. I'm going to read some to you and get your reaction. One viewer writes, 35% is outrageous. Customers will not be able to dig themselves out of that debt. Another viewer writes, the only time I will use a credit card is if I can pay it off at the end of the month, or one for emergencies only. And then lastly, another viewer writes in, that's why I closed all my credit cards and only have one for emergencies, which has never been used. It's ridiculous what they charge. Your reaction?
It's very understandable, I think, to be upset about this.
UC Davis economics professor Derek Stimmel says interest rates on store credit cards are the highest they've ever been since the Federal Reserve has been tracking this information.
To combat that inflation, the Federal Reserve has basically been raising the interest rate that it controls. And when it raises that interest rate, it basically permeates to all the other interest rates in the economy.
A new study from Bankrate shows interest rates on 108 store cards reached a record high. The average rate on a store card was 30.45%. Up from 24.35% in 2021. The highest APR the study found was 35.99% at several stores, including Petco, Big Lots, and Michaels. The study also finds you'll be charged 34.99% at 13 retailers, including JCPenney, TJ Maxx, and Walgreens. Keep in mind, credit cards are a type of loan, and the interest is where credit card companies make their money.
From their point of view, anything that's going to make that loan a little bit riskier, they're going to kind of think about what do we want to do about that. And one thing sometimes that basically the lender will do is they'll raise the interest rate on that loan.
Remember earlier this year I told you about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's push to lower late fees from an average of $32 to $8. That's still going through the courts, but its potential impact is still being felt now.
There's sort of two ways that the credit card issuers kind of think about this, right? One is, well, if I'm going to lose revenue from the late fees, I need to make up that revenue somewhere else. Maybe I'll charge a little bit higher interest rate on my credit card.
So what's the best way to use these credit cards?
If you can, when you use your credit card, pay the bill when it comes. Don't carry any balances forward, because when you do that, you're not exposing anything to any of these interest charges.
I know what you might be thinking. The increasing cost of borrowing money might make those buy now, pay later plans seem more appealing. But remember, as I reported last month, banks like Chase are now banning customers from using their bank credit cards to purchase things on a buy now, pay later plan. So certainly, Chris, this is under a lot of scrutiny these days.
And with that being said, I know folks have to wonder, are there any benefits to using these cards?
Yeah, it's a great question. There are apparently a few situations where store cards can really work for you. Some stores, like Target and Best Buy, offer 5% cash back. Experts say if you're a loyal shopper who pays off your balance in full and avoids interest, using a card like that might work for you, especially during the holiday season. Remember, you can see more of my Dollars and Cents stories on the ABC 10 Plus streaming app. It's free and available on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. And if you have any questions or story ideas, email me at lpainter@abc10.com.